What's up, everybody? It's your boy ShowtimeDr. I'm back. So I'm coming at you right now with the Sanctuary Guide. A lot of you have been asking me questions. So, I gotta say one thing at the start. Let me move myself so you guys can see that. This building on the top right never unlocked in the Korean version, and I was pretty high level. It's something to do with alchemy. But for now, it's just not active, so that's just the way it is. Now, in this guide, I'm going to go over what the buildings do, what they're capable of, where to get stuff for them, and what I think the upgrade priority should be for you. Now, this is the way I do it. Doesn't necessarily mean it's the way you're going to do it, because you might find things, more important to you than the way I find them. So number one, we'll get into what the buildings do, then I'll go over which ones I think you should upgrade first, and how to upgrade them. Number one, this is the Heart of Orbis. Heart of Orbis, it passively generates gold and sky stones for you, which is the crystal currency in this game. And you click receive rewards whenever it's max, and it will basically give you whatever it has. So, if I should go over the improvements now. Yeah, what the hell, we'll go over the improvements now. So the improvements to this, basically the one on the left increases your max storage. So that's the max storage right there. Once you get to the end, 9 sky stones and 36,000 versus at the beginning, 4,001 sky stone, as I have it now. So I don't have it upgraded, and that is intentionally, actually. And then when you upgrade this one over here, this basically upgrades the rate at which it gives you... Oh, my bad. No, that's the wrong one. It's this one. This upgrades the rate at which it generates the gold and the sky stones. And eventually you can get the 3k gold and 0.75 sky stones per hour. And then this one over here, this upgrades the RNG percentages. So right now it is a 5% chance to give you a 200% payoff of whatever this is at right here. Or, excuse me, the max payoff. Or actually, whatever you end up taking it at. I suggest you take it at max payout. But, so you can get it up to 50% chance if you really want to. And at max, say you upgrade this all 3 times. You can essentially get yourself 27 crystals along with... What is it here? It'd be like 108,000 gold. So that's the RNG payoff. But it's 50% of the time. It does end up actually proccing a lot, but so that's what that building does. Now this building up here, the upper left, it's an important building, the Forest of Souls. This is actually where you get your fodder units. So what do I mean by fodder units? I actually kind of can't look at it right now. Essentially, you can make XP penguins here. You can make the wolves here, which serve as evolving. Light better setup. Okay, which serves as evolved materials for your heroes to get them higher star levels. And then this is also where you can grow mandrake eggs into mandrake plants, which provides skill ups for your character. That's actually a very important thing, fairly early game. Now, improvements to this. This one over here, basically, it gives you an improved chance to get higher draws. So you have a higher draw chance to get 3-star and 2-star. I don't recommend upgrading this personally, because my experiences with it, you want 3-star as much as possible, but it's only 3%. 2-star, yeah, it's nice to get 2-star, but... I mean... You know, there's better ways to get XP later game. Early game, it makes a little bit of a difference, but later game. So I don't suggest... Well, I'll get into suggestions on what to upgrade later. This one, however, I find this one really important. Basically, it increases the number of bays so that you can grow more things at once. So that's actually high on my priority list, as you'll see later. And then this one, this is... decreases the time. Or excuse me, the time, so overall you can get stuff faster. For me, it wasn't a big upgrade, but I could see it being more important later on. Now over here is your High Command. High Command is where you send your heroes passively to go and farm XP. But not only do because you can send them here, etc. And they all have bonuses as to what they do. But not only that, but you can actually end up sending your main heroes out, and it takes stamina, and it gets you whatever resource, you know, either the farm resource, you can get gold here, you could get the ancient coins, which is a currency at one of the shops, and you can also get PvP tokens. Now you can send out your main heroes here, and they will still be available for you for whatever you're doing, PvP, PvE, so you don't have to worry about them being gone for a set amount of time. And this actually ends up being my priority, one of the priorities, and we will get back to that. I'll show you the last building, the Steel Workshop here. So the Steel Workshop, basically there is a dungeon you can go farm to get the materials for this. And as you get more and more materials, you can unlock higher and higher sets of gear. Now, personally, I would tell you, and we might as well go into upgrade mechanics right now. I would tell you this building early game is a gigantic fucking waste of time. Now, a lot of people are excited for this building early. And, you know, that's your right to be at your account. But what I'm going to tell you, and what I think is, this building is garbage unless you upgrade it all the way. And it's just the way it is. You say, well, why is that? Well, your first upgrade is it's decreasing the amount of gold it takes to make gear. And gold, as you find out later, guys, it is actually very finite in this game. It is really hard to keep once you get really good gear. So having 30% flat gold cost reduction for everything you craft in here is actually really good. Now this one in the middle, this upgrade, it gives you basically higher chances of getting rare gear. Because if you notice, 45% rare gear, only 6% epic, and as you upgrade that, it's going to go to 12%. A little bit higher for heroic, a lot lower for rare. So essentially you're going to be getting better and better. You know, epic is the red, heroic is the purple, etc. So you're going to want to have that upgrade all the way because that's going to give you higher tiers. And this reduces requirements for resources to upgrade, so which is really huge because it's not going to take as many bird claws or whatever the mats are to upgrade. So essentially, guys, for this building to be good, you really need to have it fully upgraded. And I know people are going to look at that and be like, well, why would you do that? Because it just brings down... This building is a gigantic RNG dump. That's all this building is. You might get something that's really good. You might not. You probably won't. Because even if you get high tier gear along with, say, you know, red to purple gear, it's still going to be a random set bonus out of the 3 that you're rolling or whatever you're going for, and it is still going to have random substats. And it could end up being a completely garbage roll that's tier 6 and red, but it's all, you know, effectiveness rating, dodge, you know, a bunch of stats that just don't make sense altogether. So I would tell you guys to hold off on upgrading this, but if you guys are hell-bent on upgrading it, make sure you pump everything into it if you're going to use this, because... And then the issue comes up, well, if you're pumping everything into that, you got... You know, you can't really upgrade these other buildings. Now, you can apparently take upgrades and get rid of them with the reset button here. But it costs gold. So, my suggestion to you guys is, if you are going to go heavy into the blacksmith building, upgrade all this other crap first. And when you get to the point where you have 9 flat things, it's going to take a hell of a gold investment anyways. It would basically take almost 1 million gold to reset everything unless you have everything upgraded in the same basic upgrade. Go over here, upgrade it 9 times, get all your gear, have like a fuck ton of farming mats, and then go back and unupgrade that and go back. But that's going to cost you a lot of gold, so it's your choice. But so I do not recommend any upgrades in the Steel Workshop right away. But if you're hell-bent on it, go for it. What I would recommend, actually, is unlock the war missions here. It could just be 1 point, and it's fine for the first couple levels. As you get higher level, you're going to want to unlock the higher level versions. But that's my recommendation. Unlock you know, once you eventually have characters that are 40, etc., unlock the higher level version so you can farm up these tokens ASAP, and I will show you why real quick. And this is just something early game, so later on you can actually get rid of that if you want to, but if you guys notice in the shop over here,
what do you think?
You go over to Conquest Points, you want this garbage right here, Tier 5 life set. It's once per account, but you want to farm this ASAP as fast as possible. All of them are 1200. And then eventually when you farm up to 4800, you know, and you can also spend like one time a week, get the Mandrake Seed, you know, get the stamina if you feel like getting the stamina, etc. And then eventually it's not going to be as important because it's all upgrade tokens. But if you can get this stuff early game, this stuff is actually super good, especially for someone like a Destina that scales off a life or whatever PvP hero you want or effective hero that you have. So that's my recommendation for that. Now, the second thing I think you should upgrade, go to Forest of Souls. You should get the bays, so you should unlock all the bays, get 3 of them, so that you can be getting 3 times the Evomon or Mandrakes or whatever it is that you need at the moment. And keep in mind too, when you're at this building, this currency, this red leaf currency, that's only usable here. So for the most part, I believe you can give some away for some of the table quests. But for the most part, it's going to instantly build you whatever the hell it is you're building. So and then after that, as far as upgrades go, I would actually go to Heart of Orbis and start upgrading the rate and the total storage that you can have. I would upgrade both of those to max. This one is subjective. If you really want to do the RNG stuff, that's up to you. Otherwise, you should probably go back to Forest of Souls and then improve. Depends how active you are playing the game. You can improve the time it takes to get this stuff, because the faster that you're getting your Evomon stuff, the faster you're going to upgrade your characters, even though it's a process and it takes a long time. And then after that, it's basically whatever you want. You can come over to High Command if you figure that the hunt mission currency is really important to you. Hey, unlock some of those. The improvements for this, I wonder if eventually you can get this to where you can run more than 2 teams at once. I'm not sure yet. Well, anyways. So that's my recommendations for the Sanctuary, guys, as far as what you should do. Now, like I said, you know, this is very subjective. You might decide that you want to go all in on gear. Then yeah, upgrade the Steel Workshop. You might want to have more passive farm, upgrade the Heart of Orbis, etc. It's all subjective, but those are my suggestions on what to unlock and why to unlock them. So, and otherwise, guys, that's a quick guide for you. So that's it for me on the Sanctuary. I'll be making some more guides today. Not even gonna plug. This was a shorter video, so have yourselves a great day, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.